Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the troublesome reign of King John, and we get to hear from King John today in Act 1, Scene 13, which takes place in Canterbury, and King John is feeling pretty good about himself now because he's sort of winning against France, and the church is maybe a little bit falling apart, and he had the bastard go and take all the money back out of the church that he had previously given to the church, and all of this. So at the beginning of the scene, he's feeling real good about himself and making fun of the other side, and he's like, you know, it would be great, I should be recoronated. And Pembroke was like, that's a little confusing for the people, and John is like, no, but we're gonna do it anyway, so go and get it ready. So Pembroke leaves to prepare some stuff, and the bastard comes in and is like, stuff's going great with this whole like getting the money back from the church, like I'm ransacking the abbeys, it's all well and good. And King John is like, fantastic, great job, what else is going on? And the bastard tells King John about this prophet Peter, who's able to make some predictions that seem pretty close to true, pretty close to like actually happening or being valid. And King John is like, well, that's, you know, it might be nice to have him here. It'd be kind of cool to hear what he has to say. And the bastard is like, I actually thought that you might say that, so I brought him with. He's outside right now. Should I bring him in? And King John says, nay, stay a while. We'll have him here anon. A thing of weight is first to be performed. And then there's stage direction that all of the nobles come back in with a crown and they recoronate John, and then everybody cries, God save the king. And then King John continues. Lordings and friends, supporters of our state, admire not at this unaccustomed course, nor in your thoughts blame not this deed of yours. Once, ere this time, was I invested king, your fealty sworn as liegeman to our state. Once since that time, ambitious weeds have sprung to stain the beauty of our garden plot. But, heavens, in our conduct, rooting thence the false intruders, breakers of the world's peace, have, to our joy, made sunshine chase the storm. After the which, to try your constancy, that now I see is worthy of your names, we craved once more your helps for to invest us into the right that envy sought to rack. Once was I not deposed, your former choice, now twice being crowned an applauded king? Your cheered action to install me so infers assured witness of your loves, and binds me over in a kingly care to render love with love, rewards of worth to balance down requital to the full. But thanks the while. Thanks, lordings, to you all. Ask me and use me, try me and find me yours. So the first bit of this, he's saying, hang on a second, we're not going to get to the prophet just yet. We have something else really important that we need to take care of first. At which point, Pembroke and Essex and all these other nobles come back in, and they have a great big ceremony where they re-crown King John king, and everybody cries, God save the king. And King John then says, you know, don't think that this is weird. This is perfectly normal, because while I was sitting on the crown, there were some rumblings that some people might think that somebody else deserves to sit on the throne. But we had to like get rid of these weeds from our garden and get rid of them. And now the fact that you have given me the crown twice and applauded me king twice means that you are loyal to me. So I can trust you now. I can trust that you are dedicated to me as my followers, and you're not thinking about anybody else who might have a claim to the throne. And since you are loyal and faithful followers of mine, I will give you what you want. So ask of me, your king, what is it that you would like. And the nobles are like, yes, we are faithful to you, we are loyal to you, thank goodness you've been coronated again, this is a great thing. And King John is like, well, what is it that you want? And they're like, actually, I think the best course of action would be for you to free Arthur. That would put a lot of people at ease. You currently have him held prisoner. It would make a lot of people feel better if you just let him go, because that would show there's no bad blood, there's no like war still going on. And King John starts to think about it, but then he notices that the bastard is like looking at something, and he's like, what's going on over there? And the bastard's like, look in the sky, there's 5 moons. Like this can't be good. There's 5 moons in the sky. So King John is like, well, go get that prophet of yours to come in and tell us what this is all about. So the bastard runs out to get Peter, and meanwhile, all the rest of the nobles are like, this can't be good. Like, what can this signify that all of a sudden there's all these extra moons in the sky? And the bastard brings Peter back in, and King John turns to him. He's like, okay, you're so smart. You're a prophet. Tell me, what does this mean that there's 5 moons in the sky? And Peter is going to tell us in a monologue tomorrow. So I will see you then. Mwah.